Most Tamil parents see it as their legal obligation to find their child a spouse. My parents were no different. Since the day I got a job, most conversations, irrespective of where they began, always ended with a marriage proposition.
The weather is lovely today, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Speaking of nice weather, we heard the Kumars have a nice daughter. She's real pretty too. Just saying.
Fed up, I decided to leave India and headed for South Korea. My parents eventually gave up on the idea of me marrying a nice Tamil girl anytime soon. They waited for years and eventually I got married to a nice Korean girl. We didn't really do the traditional over-the-top wedding. It was more of a reception and it happened in Korea. Mom was nevertheless ecstatic and she told pretty much anyone and everyone with a year. Days after the wedding, my wife and I went to our local community center here in Korea to have our wedding legally registered, but I was asked to bring a single status certificate from India. A single status certificate is a legal document to prove that I hadn't already married in India, basically to prove that I didn't already have a wife in Delhi, Bombay, or Chennai. Thankfully, I didn't really have to go to India to apply for this certificate. I could do it all online. Welcome to the digital age. Fantastic. Or so I thought. I applied for the single status certificate and I waited. And there was the document I'd been waiting for. Wait, what? When? June? I went through the all too familiar 4 stages of dealing with Indian bureaucracy.
Honey, what's so funny?
Apparently, I'm already married in India. I don't know why it says I've been married before. I wasn't even in India in June.
But this is a document provided by your government, right?
Honey, if I paid someone $100 in India, I could get a document that says my name is Donald Trump. Honey, I'll sort it out when we visit India. Good grief, I've never been married before. This is all just a mistake.
When we landed in India, I suppose my wife was partly expecting a woman and a couple of children to come running towards me. Thankfully, it was all pretty uneventful. 2 days later, I decided to stop by the Tahsildar's office to sort out this mess. What or who is a Tahsildar? In India, each state is subdivided into districts, each district into taluk, each taluk into zones, and each zone contains multiple villages. In a hierarchical order, the Tahsildar is a government official who's in charge of a taluk. A zonal district Tahsildar is in charge of a zone, and then there's a revenue inspector, and finally a village administrative officer who's in charge of the village. The online part of the application process is just a facade. Before I go on, for reference, if my wife, a Korean citizen, needed a single status certificate, she could stop by her local community center, provide them her national ID number, they check the database, and if there's no legal document that indicates she is married, she'll have the single status certificate in her hand in no time, not even worth a TikTok video. Here's what happened in my case. After I submitted the online application, the Tahsildar's office based on my address in India gets my request. Now, instead of checking the online database, which incidentally wouldn't have had any proof of a marriage, they contact the zonal deputy Tahsildar, who in turn contacts the revenue inspector, who further contacts the village administrative officer. The village officer, whose busy day involves attending to actual problems his constituents face, now suddenly is faced with the eminent task of finding out if someone who hasn't lived in his village permanently for the past 15 years somehow got married in his village. Naturally, the village officer's first point of call is my mom's house.
Is your son married?
Yes, he's married. He's married to this gorgeous girl.
All right. When did he get married?
June, would you like to see some pictures? Oh, wait, I can show you a YouTube video.
No, that should be fine. I'll get going.
Now, I could have gotten married in Moscow, Tokyo, or Los Angeles. It don't matter. This single status certificate is specifically meant to prove if I ever got married in India. However, the official never confirmed if the marriage happened in India. He didn't ask for any wedding pictures or documents that could prove that I got married in India. Nothing, just my mom's word. The revenue officer wasn't available, just his friendly secretary.
What do you want?
And after I explained what had happened,
We were told you were married. There's nothing we can do. Go talk to the revenue inspector.
But-
I can't talk to you anymore. Go talk to the revenue inspector.
frustrated and with no one willing to listen, I drove to the revenue inspector's office, which, lucky for me, was in another town.
Hi, I'm here regarding a single status certificate.
All right, give me a second. Let me check.
I was never really married in India, but you claim that I was married in India.
Okay, I have your info here. The village officer said you were married.
Yeah, but not in India.
See, there's nothing I can do at this point. You'll have to convince my boss, not me. Go back to the Tahsildar and talk to him.
At this point, it doesn't feel like I'm out here trying to get a single status certificate. It feels more like I'm here for a colonoscopy.
Hi, can I speak to the Tahsildar, please?
No, you cannot.
Why not? You claim I was married in India.
Yeah, that's what we were told.
Yeah, I'm married, but not in India, though.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. You don't have any jurisdiction over Korea.
So you're married. We can't change anything.
What proof do you have that I'm married?
What proof do you have that you're not married?
Huh?
Get a document from Korea that says that you're not married.
It was all getting out of hand and I didn't know how to talk to this person when, like a savior, the big guy actually showed up. Now, not Jesus, the Tahsildar himself. I explained to him what had happened, and within seconds of me explaining, he actually understood what the problem was and ordered the secretary to fix the error. The secretary was totally disappointed that she was overruled. I eventually got the certificate. The problem isn't the educated officials in charge or even the secretary wallowing in the modicum of power she holds. It's the archaic system that's at fault. At least I didn't have to bribe anyone this time. Or did I?